South Korean Defense Minister has claimed that Pyongyang is nearing the final phase of Inter Continental Ballistic Missile development. Defense Minister Song Yong-mo also said on Monday that bringing back U.S. tactical nuclear weapons to South Korea was, quote-unquote, not appropriate. Yong-mo made the remarks during a Defense Committee meeting in Parliament on Monday. He also said that South Korea will also delay delivery of $8 million worth of humanitarian aid to North Korea. Meanwhile, the U.S. flew a pair of bombers and fighter jets in bombing drills with South Korea over the Korean peninsula. The show of force was against the North Korea missile crisis. Ministry also added that they would continue such exercises to improve their joint operation capabilities against contingencies. U.S. President Donald Trump and the South Korean President Moon Jae-in vowed to exert stronger pressure on the North and also warned that further provocation would put the regime on a path of collapse. Experts believe that North Korea's actions are an outright challenge to the international community and they must stay together, united, and enforce UN Security Council sanctions on the state. And for more on this story, I am joined from the international desk by my colleague and senior correspondent Ramesh Ramachandran. Ramesh, it really seems that there is no possible end whatsoever to the North Korean crisis.
Absolutely, Daniele. There seems to be no end to the tensions obtaining on the Korean peninsula even as we speak. And this, as we all know, comes in the wake of the 6th nuclear test by North Korea in recent times, and also yet another ballistic missile test, most recently further antagonizing its neighbors, including Japan and South Korea, and also the US and its allies in the region and beyond. And we're seeing also equally importantly, the rhetoric coming up from both North Korean side as well as the American side. The rhetoric is only going up, and it remains to be seen how the US and its allies choose to respond to this latest provocation from North Korea.
And Ramesh, what all sorts of speculation are being made around the world of the real objective behind North Korea's action? What does Pyongyang actually want in increasing the pressure on the international community?
Well, very clearly, Daniele, if we read the North Korean history, its diplomatic language and formulations used in several decades now, clearly the North Korean regime wants to have talks, for sure, but they want talks only with the US, not with any of its allies in the region, namely Japan or South Korea. And the North Korean ambassador to India, for his part, has also made it very clear that that Pyongyang will be ready for talks anytime, anywhere, but only with the US and only without preconditions. And that, to my mind, is very important. It remains to be seen, as I said, how the US, especially the Trump administration, chooses to respond to the North Korean provocations, most recently the 6th nuclear test, and also the testing of the Inter Continental Ballistic Missile, which, by the way, Daniele, threatens the US mainland as well.
Thank you very much. This was my colleague, international correspondent Ramesh Ramachandran, helping us to understand a little better the tension over the Korean peninsula.